Okay, now we're going to subtract mixed numbers. Subtracting mixed numbers has actually messed a few people up for me when I've taught it before, and it's really not so hard. I do it a little bit different way than my teachers taught me in school, because I think it actually saves us several steps. Remember, when we're adding and subtracting fractions, every step has to be right, and so if we add a bunch of unnecessary steps, that's more chances to make a mistake. So this is what I believe is the quickest way. I think it's kind of fun to try it this way. So let me start with a problem like 7 2/3 minus 4 1/2. Okay. Now, if you remember from when we did the adding mixed numbers videos, I said the easiest thing to do was to go ahead and add the whole numbers first. So this time, since we're subtracting, let's go ahead and subtract the whole numbers first. So let's take 4 from 7. So 7 take away 4 is 3. So we're still gonna have 3 wholes, and then 2/3 minus 1/2. Okay. And then, of course, we need a common denominator. I notice that the lowest common multiple of 3 and 2, because those are my denominators, is 6. So make this 3 and 4, 6. Take away 3, 6. So when I do 4, 6, take away 3, 6, I get 1/6, and I've still got the 3 here. And so the key I want you to see here is you're finding common denominators just like you always have. I really like to subtract the whole numbers first. There's more than one way to do these, but I think that really gets us off to a good start. Now, sometimes you're probably wondering, why in the world did he just say that a lot of students have missed these when that first one looked like it was so easy? But because sometimes we actually get a problem with subtraction. Let me show you what it is. Let's suppose I had 8 3/4 minus 4 5/6. Okay. My first step is going to be no big deal. I'm going to say 8 minus 4, right? I'll go ahead and take 4 from the 8, and I get that this is the same thing as 4 3/4 take away 5/6. And of course, 4 and 6 are not, that's not a common denominator, and so I have to find a common multiple. Now, the best one to choose here is 12. 12 is the lowest number that can be divided by 4 and 6. I've seen a lot of students that pick 24 for this, and that's not wrong. It's a little easier to pick the lowest number. We're going to use 12ths, and so I get 4 9/12, because that's 3/4, and 5/6 is 10/12. And I think you probably see what my problem is here, that when I subtract the fractions, I'm going to have 9/12 take away 10/12. And if I do 9 minus 10, I'm going to get a negative number. We don't want to have a negative fraction in a mixed number. Okay, that's just not the appropriate way to do it. And so the question is, what can I do? Now, some people turn this whole thing into an improper fraction, solve it, get an improper fraction for the answer, and then at the end have to turn it back to a mixed number. I think that's too much extra work, and so here's actually what I like to do. If I can't take the 10/12 from the 9/12, I take the 10/12 from the 4. Let me show you the number mine. I actually just write my 4 here, and my 9/12 here. It's the same number, just in a flipped order. Now, the reason I do that is I couldn't take 10/12 from 9/12, but can I take 10/12 from 4? And the answer to that is yes. If I have 4 wholes and I take away 10/12, I still have 3 wholes, and left over I have 2/12. If you're not getting that, think about it. If I had a pizza and you took 10/12 of a pizza, well, I'd still have 3 whole pizzas, but the other pizza would be cut in 12 equal pieces. If you took 10, I'd still have 2. So what I have here, when I subtract these numbers, is 3 2/12, and now I've got to add this 9/12 back on. So it's 3 2/12 plus 9/12, and when I add those together, I get 3 11/12. It's okay to turn them into improper fractions, do it that way, but in my opinion, it's not my opinion, it's definitely the way with the fewest number of steps possible, and I think once you're really good with fractions and mixed numbers, I do find it to be the easiest way as well. So I hope you'll try that and get used to it. Thanks for watching.